And let's show you how they've gotten here. The Bucks, they've won 12 of 15 games, tied with the Celtics for the best in the league in that span. The Thunder, meanwhile, have gone 9 out of 10. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. And the Thunder, they continue to blow teams out here. They're beating teams by just over 12 points a game, on pace to be the 4th best in NBA history. It would put them somewhere between the 96 Bulls and 17 Warriors, which is a pretty good company when you're talking all time. And both teams feature stars who just get to the basket. Giannis is scoring 21.5 paint points per game, something that hasn't been done since Shaq in his MVP season. Here's both stars leading into this game.
For me, it's just creating more art, creating more moments that I can remember, creating more legacy. You know, for myself, for something that my kids can look back to and say, damn, my dad was a bad MFer when he used to play.
Talented group, obviously. They speak for themselves. Obviously, their head of their snake presents its challenges. Now we, at the end of the night, have to be who we are and have to take the fight to them. I think if we do that, we'll be all right.
Easy.
So these are two teams, Richard, that are hoping to use this NBA Cup as a springboard to meet their goals right for the rest of the regular season, and they have high postseason aspirations as well. What can we learn about these teams tonight?
Well, I think for me, we get to find out if the Bucks have really, truly turned around their season. I think they're trending in all the right directions. They're playing outstanding basketball currently, but they are 4-8 against teams that are above 500, and that's a very, very big difference since what OKC. But if you're really turning your team around, and this is the Bucks of old or of new with Dame, you need to see them start beating very good teams, and it could start tonight.
Are you going to wear the gloves for the entire
Yeah, I was going to say, you can
Keep them on. I know you asked you. It's all
Keep
good.
them on, then.
Look, the thing that stands out to me the most about the Milwaukee Bucks is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Not only is he all in, but the world gets to see the best player in the world take stage tonight. You know what I mean? And Giannis has been dominating in great fashion, not just offensively, but defensively. It was rumors circulating that Giannis won out. All of a sudden, he had that one moment where he damn near broke down, what was it, about a month and a half ago after his post-game interview? And all of a sudden, we are witnessing Giannis take his game to a whole nother level, which I didn't believe he could. And that's crazy.
But Perk and Richard, the Bucks, they've already won a championship. Giannis already has MVPs. This is all about OKC. They can prove to the world that they are the real deal and that they have truly arrived. Y'all, this team has not won a championship other than 1979 when they were the Seattle Supersonics. This is their best shot, and it starts with winning the cup. I think a lot of people have questioned, okay, last year leading the West, now they're doing it again. They're doing it without Chet Holmgren. You get him back, this is a team that we can see in title contention for years to come. So this is a big deal for the Thunder because we already know who this Bucks team is supposed to be.
It's the first time we're going to get to see these two teams go head-to-head. Richard, are you going to start doing the thriller out here?
Well, hold on one second. Shout out to my boy Dave for early Christmas present, but you need it. You sweating,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
sweating.
Oh, it's a little fan.
It's a little fan. Thank you.
The head is glossy.
Sometimes when you're a little older, you start sweating a little bit.
See how I look out for you?
It happens.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Milwaukee
Those
Bucks
poor
know a thing or
gloves.
two about that because this game, it actually pits the oldest team in the NBA against the 4th youngest team in the Thunder. The Bucks are the oldest team in the NBA, and it seems that this has been a talking point for the Bucks headed into this game. Here's what Doc Rivers told me yesterday about their age gap here.
All these young teams are flying around, and we're going to come in with our little canes and wheelchairs and play them. You know, and we got to get our hands. We got to make this game a physical game. That's for sure.
It comes down to one game, and that's it. You know, I don't think nobody, at least with us looking at it like, oh, we old and all of that, and they young. I don't think nobody's on our side is looking at it like that.
So, Richard, since we'll do age before beauty here, what
Am I the
will
oldest
the game
person
be?
here? Am I
Yes.
really the
Yes.
You are.
Oh,
What will the key to the game be?
Your hair doesn't tell you that?
my sweating does. Why is it so hot? It's been
You having a
cold.
flash?
Hot flash?
Gracious.
It's all right.
You need setting spray for your
early,
head.
early onset. So, no, what I would say is What I would say is like the key for who? Who are we talking about? The key
For the game.
For the game.
Oh, are
for the
you
game?
You're forgetful?
No.
You got your memory? Oh, my goodness.
I'm old. I got a lot. No. For me, I think the way the Bucks can rebound, if they can get second possessions, look, we know that they're not a great current shooting team, or they're not as good as they would like to be. So for me, I think if they can really dominate the glass, get second opportunities, that's big.
Hold up. Wait a minute, Richard. You said something that is kind of not true. It's time to go shot for shot, me versus Big Perk. I'm going to take the Bucks side of things because their shooting has actually improved the last few games. We all know that Giannis owns the paint, but Damian Lillard owns the perimeter. And so if you see on this breakdown what Dame is able to do, he has the 4th most pick and rolls on offense. And so when you're able to see him get downhill in situations like this, Dyson Daniels, a great defender, is his matchup. Watch this. Just the idea of a pick and roll. He flares, shakes his defender, and now there's a closeout, but it's too little too late. He knocks down the 3. Again, averages 25.7 points per game. All of his numbers are up from last year. He's more settled. He's more cool in this offense. Now here, this is what I love. You have to guard him everywhere. He gets downhill. We talk about Shea. We talk about Giannis driving. Dame has owned this side of the basketball too, being able to attack the paint, but also knocking down shots on the perimeter. And look at this. This is what I'm talking about, Rich. Last 15 games, this team is shooting 41%, the Milwaukee Bucks, from 3, which is the best in the NBA. So if they carry that moving forward, it's going to help. But Perk, I know defense is a big factor here too.
Giannis is clearly focused on tonight, and he's putting up numbers so far this season that nobody has done in NBA history. He's on pace for the first season with at least 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists in league history. So Giannis, he seems to be, I don't know, Chiney, he seems to be standing on something.
You remember when I walked in here today? You remember what I told you what our MO is today? We standing on business. We standing on business. We still standing on business. Richard, you're not a part of this because damn it, I'm standing on business even more. Bam! This my camera.
That's going to be your camera.
Standing on business,
Today it is big business because it is all the way up on the arena.
You damn right. Look, NBA Cup for all the marbles. We got the best player in the world, Giannis Antetokounmpo, showing on stage tonight. Damn it, he got to stand on business. He's leading the league in scoring. He's leading the league in points in the paint. He's going against the #1 defense. What you gonna do, Giannis? Are you gonna have one of those subpar nights, or you go dominate in great fashion and show why you Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP? This is your time. Damn it, you want the $500K, you say it's life-changing, although you already got a big bag, well, go get it. What you gonna do? Because them young boys ain't backing down. Tonight, Giannis Antetokounmpo has to stand on business in order for them to get this win tonight.
He seems focused, Perk, in a new way. What has impressed you the most here about Giannis?
I think I'm going to stay here.
Oh,
You want to
like
stay
it better?
there?
I'm going to stay here.
Okay.
Should I
Yeah,
join
I'm
you? Because I agree. No. I don't know if there's room for both.
I don't think there's
Look,
room on that. We'll stay.
It's one thing to watch him play via television.
Yep.
It's another thing to look at the numbers, the 32.7 points per game,
Yeah.
the 61% from the field, the 21 points per game in the paint. It's another thing to see what he does in person. And we had the luxury of being able to do that here in Vegas in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And that man is relentless. He just keeps coming after you and after you. He's trying to run through your chest downhill. I think one aspect about Giannis's game that is underrated is his ball handling ability. He will bring the ball up and then he will play 2-man action with Dame. And then if you look at these numbers, I mean, his mid-range has really developed. It's not just getting to the paint. Look here, a career year 47%, shooting over 4 field goals attempted in the mid-range. It's slow, but it's steady. He's trying to develop his shot, but more importantly, his relentless mindset is literally a joy to behold. Just how hard he plays.
Yeah.
You can't take that for granted in the NBA.
And then the intangibles, Chiney, his leadership, and he talked about it. You heard a snippet of it in the conversation that we had, right? But he was talking about how he feels like his voice is needed with this team, and he doesn't want to be an inconsistent voice. He wants to deliver over and over again so that they know that he is going to be the steady force of this ship. I love the sound we played earlier in the show when he was talking about we don't have more. There is not a game past tonight. To hear that sort of stakes in December, to hear that sort of focus after getting out to a 2-8 start, this is a man who is on a mission, a man who has want to win. And you know what he said? I just want to underscore this. He said he was talking about win or lose tomorrow, and then he corrected himself. and he said, we're not going to lose. There is no way we're going to lose this game. That's the intention he has.
And see, that's what you love. That's what you love for real, Malik. I'm glad George and Nate harped on a lot of things, but that's what you love about Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you talk about the perfect franchise player, he's that. As the motor, the professionalism all across the board. But one thing we have to notice, right now he is like having a career year as far as his assists. So he's actually trusting his teammates and the big-to-big passing with Brook Lopez.
Well, but he needs help, right? And that's always been, Giannis can't win. He can win a game on his own. He can't win every game on his own. You good? Yeah. He can't win every game on his own. This is why they got Damian Lillard, and we've seen their partnership blossom more. Tonight, what will it take for them to be the team that stands and holds the NBA Cup?
Again, the Oklahoma City Thunder, #1 defense in the NBA. They will have a strategy to try to stop Dame by doubling him or trapping him. There's no stopping Giannis. The only goal is to contain him.
Right.
Maybe build a wall around the paint and force others to beat you. Now, the other could be one of the best clutch time shooters in Dame.
Right.
But this is a team that we've seen work on a string, which is why I'm so excited about this matchup. It's strength on strength, offense versus defense.
Yeah, Giannis came into the season with a fire. He posted on social media when the schedule came out and they weren't playing on Christmas Day. Hey, you know what? We deserve to be there as well. And now we're seeing that come to fruition in the NBA Cup. The man who drives this elite offense, though, is, of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder have an offensive efficiency of 119 with him on the court. That would rank 4th in the league, and their 102 efficiency would be last with him off of the floor. So he is very important to this squad. Tim McMahon is here with us covering the Oklahoma City side of all of this. McMahon, the spotlight, it has never been brighter here for SGA. What is his mentality as he is stepping into this role?
Yeah, I asked Mark Dagenhart about this yesterday, and he said SGA is always the coolest guy in the room. It doesn't matter what room he's in. And look, SGA is a fierce competitor, but he's not fiery. You know, he says, look, it doesn't matter who I'm playing against. I don't differentiate. I'm always trying to take their head off. But he's not the kind of guy who tries to do too much. He's not going to be flying through the lane, doing a backflip, and trying to dunk the ball. He stays within himself, and that's part of his greatness. And again, for him, it doesn't matter. It was Luka Doncic a couple games ago. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo now. He's not thinking about outplaying the other star. He's thinking about thriving with his teammates.
Tim, thank you so very much. There looks like there's a couple of folks behind you who are actually, though, doing backflips, and I know you were just champing at the bit to go and join them. So for now, I will say adios, amigo. Please do not hurt yourself back there. On the other side of tonight's matchup, Dame, Giannis, they've combined to average nearly 59 points per game over the Bucks' last 15 games. That's the most by a duo in that stretch. Milwaukee has also won 12 of their last 15. That's tied for the best in the NBA. Jamal Collier, he covers the Milwaukee Bucks for us, and he is joining us now because he recently wrote a story, Jamal, that is up now on ESPN.com, and it details the relationship between Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. How has that relationship grown between these two superstars?
Yeah, Malika, Giannis said it over the weekend that their chemistry is as strong as it's ever been. And you can see that on the court. They're the highest scoring duo in the NBA. That Dame to Giannis assist combo is a top 10 duo in the NBA so far. But from my reporting in this story, their teammates really said that their leadership has taken an even greater step forward this year. And that's not really the natural inclination for both Giannis and Dame. They're guys who like to lead by example and kind of let their play do the talking. But this team was 2-8. They really needed somebody to help fill that void, as Dame said. And both Giannis and Dame, especially during this NBA Cup, have taken turns leading this team, providing the voice, and providing motivation. We saw it with Dame a couple weeks ago in that game against Detroit that helped get the Bucks here. And then we saw it on Saturday night. Giannis was the guy leading the Hawks in the pregame huddle, really motivating and rallying his team. And the Bucks have responded. They are 12-3 since that 2-8 start. It's the best record in the NBA, and their stars are starting to click and finally look like they, at first intended when they brought these guys together.
Yeah, it really feels like there's a renewed sense of focus here for this Milwaukee Bucks group, and that focus is only rivaled by you just staring down the barrel of this camera as people are literally doing acrobatics around you. So please be safe, Jamal. We will see you a little bit later for this game. Back here on set, though, it's time now for a little fill in the blank. So this is how this is going to go. I'm going to give you two a sentence, and you're going to fill it in on your whiteboard. Write down the phrase that you want to use, all right? Cool?
Yes, let's go for it.
Kendrick Perkins. You are going to start. SGA, he will blank the Bucks tonight.
Let me not cheat and look over.
Oh, we're getting fancy with it.
Nah, I just want them. Can you see that?
Oh.
Why does the K look like your finger? Just like a little.
I mean, I'm trying. The sun in my eyes tonight. Listen, you ever had deer meat? Roasted? Yeah, that's what's going to happen tonight, okay? SGA, think about this. The Bucks, yes, they team defensively has stepped up to the plate because you have Giannis and Brook Lopez, but perimeter-wise, the Milwaukee Bucks, their perimeter defense stinks. And when you talk about SGA, who's the best offensive perimeter player in the league, who's third in the league in scoring, he's going to have it his way tonight and dominate.
I have not had it, but that's a shame because I'm from Texas. I should have.
Dear me. All right. I guess that's what we're having. We're going to have to make a reservation to go do that. All right. The Thunder. The Thunder's defense will blank Milwaukee, Shanae.
Okay.
You can't say Cook again.
I got you.
It's got to be something different.
No cursing.
No. This is a team. Is this my camera? They will bite. This is a team that is known for barking, but their defense has bite. And if you look at this matchup on both ends, what? You didn't like the bark?
Do it again.
You are a Shih Tzu.
I'm not great at this, but good thing that they are. They have bite to this defense. It's not just barking in post games. They are a menace when it comes to the perimeter, and that's what concerns me for the Milwaukee Bucks because we all know that their perimeter defense is lacking.
Yeah.
Their perimeter shooting is a little bit better, 40% over the last 10 or so games. If they're able to bring that defensive pressure on the perimeter, it's going to be a longer night for Milwaukee.
And what was that? Just one more time. It's time for a little top of the top of this NBA Cup. Shall we start with a little Steph Curry? This is in the group stage when Steph had the dagger.
Oh, yeah.
And then the night. Oh, no.
That's like nightmares for us post players having to be out there.
I swear, Steph's emotions was like the NBA Finals or something. Look at that. Look at that.
Probably best moment of the year so far.
To the Bay, too, so there was a little extra something there. And then Isaiah Hartenstein meets Dalton Connect at the rim here.
Been balling. You talk about putting your body on the line.
He's a game changer for any franchise, man. We saw what he did with the Knicks. Now you're seeing it with the Thunder.
Just imagine when Chet gets back, too. Then we got Jaylen Brown. That's a
This was
choice.
aggressive.
Yeah.
This was aggressive. That was really that was grown man. Like
Ready
that
to
was
take off.
It wasn't Big Daddy?
No.
That was grown man?
Which ranks higher, Big Daddy or grown man?
I think grown man.
Grown man.
Yeah.
Giannis,
That's all business.
where's this then? The game-sealing block this past weekend on Clint Capella. He discarded Brook Lopez. He says, I got this.
Yeah, this was it.
I mean, call the laws. That was abuse.
In the era of threes and dunks, this right here did it for me.
And the mean mug. All right.
His bro.
At number one, remember when Ja Morant said that he wasn't dunking anymore?
And then he stuck his neck in the damn basket. God bless
Eyes at the
America.
rim, literally. He's like, there it is.
One of the most fun players to watch in the NBA. Oh, man, it's so fun that the Memphis Grizzlies are good again this season.